So I think the question what you asked around the new client acquisition or the customer satisfaction. So I agree with the context what Abe also put it when we started the conversation around those 4 points, which is around being invisible or having insights or being relevant. And also agree to point what Manish and Mr. Singh said. So I think digital was anyways a big trend which was happening in last 4 5 years. If you see, the pandemic has just allowed it to accelerate more faster. If you look at our current segments of various age groups, there are some digital native people who are very young at age, and then there are people who have really adopted well, like what Manish gave an example of her mother, his mother. I think very similar examples at every household where my mom now just keeps spending time on Amazon app every day basis. And that's a very common thing which I keep seeing with her as well. So I think these are good adoptions which we have seen in this whole pandemic. I think from customer satisfaction from point of view, if you see at least from the wealth management perspective, where we go and advise clients a lot that how you should think about your future, look at wealth, how to achieve your future goals, etc. Uh, the core expectation, at least from us, till pandemic or some years before, was used to be that if you're able to navigate them through taking decisions on investments, helping them achieving their goals, etc. I think they used to be very, very happy. But post pandemic or in last 4 5 years, I think there's a lot of expectation from clients that you will be have very user friendly digital platforms where you have great UI UX. You should have a great onboarding, which should be digital, like simply linked with Aadhaar, which will be more frictionless. So the expectation of clients of having platforms, digital platforms, or interfaces which allows them to interact more conveniently is one of the more critical part of or becoming an increased part of uh, uh, the need in terms of satisfaction. I think they are expecting also to be more relevant in their conversation. They just don't want you to just pick up the call and call them at every point of time. They want to maintain a good work-life balance. They are very clear about the same thing. So I think they need a lot of relevance, and I think digital can play a very critical role in creating a lot of relevant conversation or engagement with their clients. So in that sense, I think there's a good shift which is happening of expecting a lot of digitization, like what Abhay said, the invisible part has to be good and has to be robust, has to be client friendly, has to be good UI UX. That is one. I think from acquisition point of view, if you look at our part of the financial services wealth management, we have gone and spoken to large number of clients. And whenever we go and speak large number of clients and understand that why you want to choose a Y company versus the next company, I think one of the critical things which always comes out is that they're always looking for advice from their friends, family or friends to finally choose a advisor or wealth manager or bank for them. Correct? That has been a very common thing while you choose a individual financial advisor. Now, what is happening in this whole digital ecosystem with the advent of Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all? I think the whole influencer community is becoming a very, very big role in terms of acquisition. And you're partnering with this, the whole ecosystem becomes a very essential part. So suppose if you're not present and not partnering with the right influencers in the whole ecosystem, you might be losing a large part of acquisition. So in that sense, the whole client acquisition strategy from marketing standpoint is looking a rapid change in terms of the way you approach your clients, in terms of getting them on board with you.